Good morning, lovelies, and happy Saturday. Welcome back to another vlog. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. You guys know the drill. It is time to make my morning coffee. I have a little bit of maple syrup with some cinnamon and sea salt in here. I'm gonna go ahead and make my maple cinnamon sea salt latte. Just gonna run some coffee over this and then we'll chit chat later. All right, lovely, so as you can tell, it's a little while later. I had some breakfast, coffee, and then just finished packing up. Today, I am super excited. We are going to the beach and having a little beach day with some friends. I'm going out to Dana Point, so we're gonna go to the observatory first. I think it's called the Ocean Institute, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna see some fish, maybe get a little matcha next door, and then hit the beach. I also packed a huge cooler full of snacks, drinks, and sandwiches because something about a beach sandwich or poolside sandwich just hits different. If you know, you know. On that note, I am rushing out of the house. Not me checking the time like, oh snap, I got 2 minutes before I gotta go. Okay, let's do a quick fit of the day and then we'll head out, shall we? Okay, so the fit of the day looks a little chunky and weird, and that's because I'm wearing my bikini and my shorts underneath my shorts. Like you guys know, I have second and third degree burn scars on this side of my body, so I still need to cover them up. Now, t-shirt is just a basic, it's a Skims dupe from Amazon. So it's just like a buttery Skims dupe tee. Shorts are from Nine West, I believe. And then I have my bikini underneath, just like a standard blue bikini with my UV shorts. I'm also wearing this, I'm not sure if you can see it. It's like a second skin for scarring that I put on top. Once I get to the beach, I'll add some sunscreen on that and hopefully that'll be good. So on that note, let's get ready to head out, shall we? Can you see me?
First, we're gonna be all you got.
I might go to Walmart and do the same thing actually. Good afternoon, lovelies, and happy Sunday. It is now the next day, as you can probably tell. Like you guys saw, I had my breakfast and coffee a little while ago. I also got started on some laundry. You guys know Sundays are my reset days, so I started my reset already, and now we are moving on to our meal prep segment. So next week is gonna be a super heavy work week, and I will be working the entire week. So it is imperative for me to start meal prepping today and meal prep for the entire week. So I figured I'd take you guys along with me and show you exactly how I meal prep for the week and maybe give you some like inspirations for some healthy meals, and we'll take it from there. I also forgot to kind of like wrap up the day yesterday, but like you guys saw, we went to Dana Point. You guys, it was so freaking busy. Even the locals were complaining that they had never seen it that busy. It was insane, you guys. We were looking for parking for like a good 15-20 minutes. It was insane, but we finally found one not too far away from the Ocean Institute, so we started there. We got to pet some skates and some fish and some little baby sharks, and it was so much fun. You guys, that was like the highlight of my day. Ugh, I could spend hours in that place. If you've never been to the Dana Point Ocean Institute, highly recommend. After that, we had a little picnic by the beach, had some sandwiches, chips, sweets, fruit, all that good stuff. And then we went ahead and braved the beachfront. You guys, it was so packed that we couldn't even lay down. We brought 2 little chairs and just sat down like this. Like, we were just looking at each other like this because we were so overstimulated by all the people. And then we braved the waters, which were mighty cold, if I could say so myself. But we did it. And that was our day. We came back home around like 7 p.m. or so, and that was that. That was a wrap. I had dinner and took a shower, and I was so exhausted that I just crashed last night. And so that brings us back to today, and we're here, Sunday reset. So on that note, that's enough yapping. Let's get started. First things first, handy dandy clip. Let me put my hair up. You know things are getting serious when she puts her hair up. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, I had to be dirty for a second. Okay, anywho, yes, like I said, it's gonna be super heavy on the meal prep. Let me give you guys a rundown of what I'm planning on doing, and then we'll kind of fast forward through it just because I don't want it to be too boring for you guys and not entertaining, you know? So let's do this. Okay, first things first. Let's start with breakfasts. I think I'm working 3 or 4 evening shifts, so I'll make 3 or 4 lunch boxes, and then I'm working 2 early morning shifts, so I'll make breakfast type lunch boxes. So for my breakfast lunch boxes, honestly, same old, same old. We are gonna go for boiled eggs with potatoes. This time, however, let me show you. I have some leftovers that I have to get rid of, so we're gonna use them. You know I hate wasting things, so we're gonna repurpose things. Okay, so first things first for my breakfast meal prep. As you can see in this big container right here, I have some boiled baby potatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and chop these up, and then I'm gonna chop up some peppers and some onion and mix it up, season it, and air fry it. So it's gonna be kind of like a breakfast hash. That'll be served for breakfast with my boiled eggs and avocado. So that's the breakfast meal prep. Now for my lunches, same old, same old. We're going super simple, super easy. Let me show you what we're doing. You guys know I'm a creature of habit, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'll hyperfixate on certain meals and just eat them until I'm tired of them. So I'm so sorry if this is a little repetitive, but it's good. What can I say? I'm just not sick of it yet. Keyword, yet. Okay, so we have 3 sweet potatoes right here. I'll go ahead and season these and air fry them as well. And then in here, I have some ground chicken. Oh my God, I opened that, that smells so good. It just like wafted. All right, some ground chicken that I seasoned with taco seasoning. It's my homemade taco seasoning. If you're looking for my recipe, it's in one of my vlogs. It's in one of my reset vlogs. You'll find it eventually, I'm sure. But you can find any taco seasoning recipe online or just use a prepackaged stuff, whatever you prefer. Okay. Now this I made on Friday because I wanted a Chipotle bowl on Friday, and I figured I'd kill 2 birds with 1 stone and make this ahead of time so I could use it for my meal prep. So let me pop a clip right now of how I made this. Past me checking in. It is Friday, happy Friday. I just got home from work and I'm craving a Chipotle bowl. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill 2 birds with 1 stone and make one of my meal prep proteins ahead of time. I figured instead of just making 1 serving, I can just make the whole pack and then pack it up on Sunday. I have 1 pound of ground chicken right here. I also have a pan heating up. I'm gonna go ahead and oil my pan up, and then I'll drop my chicken in and season it. Dropping in our chicken. And then for seasoning, I'm gonna add a little bit of adobo, and then my homemade taco seasoning. And I'm just gonna go ahead and brown this up until it's fully cooked. All right, and that's it. All right, and now that you guys saw how I made it, I'm gonna go ahead and portion this out in 3 or 4 different Tupperwares, and then we'll add some sweet potatoes, and then that'll be my lunch. I'm gonna do ground chicken, sweet potatoes, and some edamame. And now we're gonna move on to our dinner. I will be getting home pretty late at night for the next few days, so I wanna make sure that I'm planning ahead of time and I'm planning for success. I wanna make sure that I'm feeding my body and fueling my body, most importantly, for my goals. And my goals are to be the healthiest version of me I can be, the strongest version of me I can be. So let me show you what we're gonna do. We're going a little Asian route. I have some, wait, Before I tell you what we're doing, I already said we're going the Asian route to give you like a little hint, but can you guess what I'm making with these 3 ingredients? We have a head of cabbage, some broccoli florets. Oh my God, it's Taylor Farms. You guys.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get...
A moment of silence. I couldn't find a full head of broccoli, so I got this without thinking. You guys, Taylor Farms is one of the #1 culprits for the poop disease. All right, I'm just gonna wash this really thoroughly. Just pray for me, okay? If I don't come back on next week, y'all know why. We're gonna chance it, folks. All right, well. Not me reassessing my whole entire life choices right now. Yeah, don't worry about it. Anyway, like I was saying, we have a head of cabbage, some broccoli, and some kale. Can you guess what I'm making? If you've been to Panda Express and you're a Panda Express fanatic, you probably already know I'm gonna try and remake a super greens mix, which if you've never been to Panda Express, it is pretty much just a stir fry of green vegetables, so cabbage, broccoli, and kale, with a bunch of garlic. And I think that's what I like about it, is the fact that it's so garlic heavy. I love their seasoning. So we're gonna do that, but before we do any of that, I'm gonna make sure that I deep clean the shiznit out of these veggies. Y'all, I already have IBS. I'm already pooping myself 90% of the times. Let's not add on to our issues, okay? All right, on that note, wish me luck and let's get started, shall we? All right, so you guys, can you tell I'm like kind of panicking? Cause I am. I'm low-key panicking right now. I'm like, should I make that broccoli? Should I just toss it? Let me Google this real quick, hold on. Oh, Lord have mercy, you guys. Ugh, why didn't I look? Is Taylor Farms, not the search results, you guys, I'm dead. Can you see these? Lord of mercy. Okay, is Taylor Farms broccoli safe to eat? There are no active recalls or advisories targeting their broccoli products. Okay, thank God. Okay, government agencies have not linked their broccoli to any contamination. That is from the CDC. Good shit. Whew, cha. Okay, I'm still gonna wash these real thoroughly, but still, good to know. All right. Whew. Glad I dodged that bullet. Okay, on that note, first things first, let me go ahead and chop my veggies, deep clean them, and then we'll get started. Oh, and then I totally forgot because I got sidetracked by our whole broccoli fiasco, but for my dinner, since I will be coming home late, I'm gonna go ahead and make some stir-fried, these portobellas? Yeah, some stir-fried portobellas. I have some multi-grain rice that I already made, so that's gonna be in the fridge. I'm gonna do some, oh yeah, and then like I was saying, before I got distracted by our whole broccoli fiasco, the super greens I'm gonna make for dinner, as well as some stir-fried mushrooms with some cod. Now, I got some frozen cod, and you're not supposed to thaw it out until you're ready to eat it, so I won't be thawing it out until the morning of. All right, y'all, so I'm back. I washed my veggies, plot twist, you guys, and that's on me. I'm usually really good at reading my labels, but this week I was so tired. I was just like, I was in a rush and I was just putting things in the cart. So turns out the kale I got is also a Taylor Farms product, and that one has been recalled. And you know what? I didn't even look at the package per se. I literally put it in my vinegar water and I was like massaging it, and I saw some like weird stuff in there going on. So I was kind of sussed out and I was like, this looks weird and gross. So I was like, let me check the label just out of curiosity. I look at the label, Taylor Farms dupe. Yeah, we tossed that. So we're gonna go with cabbage and broccoli. They're just sitting in their bath of vinegar and water. I went ahead and washed them thoroughly. Like, I massage everything, separate the leaves, all that good stuff. So they're just sitting right now to kind of like marinate in that stuff to get rid of any yucky stuff that might be lingering. All right, I also washed my portobellas right over here, my bell peppers, and I have my onion here. So let's get started with our breakfast hash. These are baby boiled potatoes. They're just yellow potatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and chop them up. I'm just gonna go ahead and chop them in quarters. So down half and half, just so it looks like this. And then I'll go ahead and make the onions and the peppers the same size as my potatoes, so everything is nice and bite-sized and uniform. I'll go ahead and season it, air fry it, and then we'll move on to packing. On that note, let's fast forward through this, shall we? Oh, and then of course, one of my favorite things to do while I cook is to listen to my podcast. Today, we are listening to the newest episode of the Zane and Heath Unfiltered podcast right here. And this just helps me get in the zone and kind of move and groove. So let's get started. All right, now that these are seasoned, we'll go ahead and pop them in the air fryer at 390 for about 25 minutes. Okay, now that we're done with our potatoes and peppers, in the same bowl, because I'm gonna season it the same exact way, I'm gonna go ahead and peel my sweet potatoes, cube them up, season them the same exact way, and then once that batch of potatoes are done, we'll go ahead and pop the sweet potatoes in. On that note, same thing, I'll fast forward and I'll catch you guys after. All right, sweet potatoes are done. I'll go ahead and put them to the side. Now we'll move on. Let me pack my Tupperware real quick. So let me take you along. Like you guys saw, I made some chicken the other day, so I'm gonna go ahead and portion it out. I'm just gonna go ahead and make 3 boxes out of this. All right, so I got my 3 meal prep boxes with my ground chicken in there. I'll go ahead and put these to the side while I wait for my sweet potatoes to finish up. And then moving on to my breakfast meal preps, I went ahead and boiled some eggs for about 8 minutes or so, and then I put them in a cold water bath for about 15 minutes or so. Now, I just drained them. Here's the eggs. I'm gonna go ahead and peel them and pop them in. Now, let me show you how easy they are to peel. I think it really makes a difference to crack your eggs before you put them in the cold water bath, just because of how easy the shells come off after. Look at how easy this comes off in. It just comes off in one go, and I love that. Especially because, I don't know about you guys, but I hate fighting with eggshells, so there you go. And then I'll just keep peeling. Ooh, this one was super easy too. All right, and then once I finish peeling these, it's pretty much just a waiting game. Once I finish peeling these, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on my super greens, and then we'll be done. Then it'll just be a waiting game on the air fryer, waiting for those potatoes to finish up. Those are honestly the longest part of my meal prep, and it's not even the preparation of it, it's just the cooking time. So super easy, kind of passive, and we love that. All right, on that note, let me go ahead and toss this out and I'll catch you in a few. All right, so it's finally time to make the super greens. I'm also gonna add some portobello mushroom to my greens dupe. I have my broccoli right here that I thoroughly washed. Oh God, of course I would spill water all over the place. A mess, what else is new? And then I have a pan right here heating up on medium-high heat. I'm gonna go ahead and stir fry my veggies until they're about like halfway done or so. I want them to still have a bite to them, and I don't want anything to be soggy, just because I'm not a big fan of soggy veggies. That's my personal take, but you cook your veggies however your heart desires, okay? Don't let me tell you how to live your life. Okay, now fresh garlic would be so much better, but I'm feeling really lazy, so we're gonna go ahead and use the jarred garlic. I know this is a controversial topic, but don't mind me, okay? All right, my pan is pretty hot, so I'm gonna go ahead and add some olive oil to it. Garlic in. Broccoli. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and add my cabbage. And I'm gonna go ahead and stir fry this until everything is melted down. It is gonna shrink a lot, so don't worry about it. And then once it shrinks down, I'll go ahead and add our mushrooms and season this. All right, so now that everything's cooked down a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and start seasoning it. Starting out with a little bit of garlic powder, some chicken bouillon, And I didn't add any salt just because the chicken bouillon is super salty. So that'll be our seasoning salt. Once the water gets absorbed, it'll be ready to go. Super easy and simple and super healthy, honestly. Do you see what I meant by it's gonna go down? It shrank a lot, you guys. This pan was filled to the top, and now it's like half of a pan of vegetables. All right, on that note, I think our vegetables are good to go. I have a Tupperware right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and transfer it over. And then we'll do our mushrooms. I decided to do my mushrooms separately, just in case I want to repurpose them. I'm not trying to pick them out of my greens, you know what I mean? All right, my greens are done. Gonna put these away to cool down. And now in the same exact pan, right back on the stove, we're gonna go directly with our portobellos. All right, and then for our mushrooms, I'm gonna go ahead and salt, some pepper, and of course, a little more garlic powder. Just gonna go ahead and stir fry these until they're cooked, and then we'll pack them up and that's it. All right, lovely. So while I wait for my potatoes to finish up, the last thing I wanna make is some chia seed pudding. I've been really enjoying chia seed puddings on a weekly basis now. It's been my new hyperfixation. It is so yummy for like a nice little sweet treat. I've been eating a little bowl of it with some kiwi on top to add some fiber to my diet. And let me tell you something. If you're backed up and not regular, this will fix you right up, okay? So let me show you how I make it real quick. Super easy, super simple, and it's only gonna take about 2 minutes or so. All right, so it's literally 4 ingredients. We got chia seeds, vanilla, agave nectar, and some milk. It is also technically high protein since we are using a high protein ultra filtered milk. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with 2 tablespoons of agave nectar, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, and then we will fill up our jar, I would say, to the 300 ml line. There we go. So about 3/4 of the way up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mix this together. And then I have my chia seeds over here. I'm gonna go ahead and eyeball it here. I'm just doing soup spoons, so I'm gonna do 1, 2, 2.5 soup spoons. And then I'll go ahead and top this off, close it really tight, and then we'll shake it really, really well to make sure that everything is nice and combined. The last thing you want here is clumps of chia seeds, which does happen, so make sure you really mix this well together. And then there should be more liquid than chia seeds. Oh, there's my potatoes. This is perfect right here. And then we'll go ahead and pop this in the fridge. I like to shake it up every hour or so, but you really don't have to. You can just let it sit. I just don't like when my chia seed pudding is clumpy. That's all it is. All right, on that note, my potatoes are done. Let's go ahead and pack up everything and I'll show you guys the final product. All right, y'all, so meal prep is officially done. Here are the breakfasts. We got our mushrooms, our super greens, our lunch packs with sweet potatoes, edamame, and ground chicken, some extra potatoes, and then the rest of our lunches. All right, lovely. So on that note, I'm sure you can hear it in the background. I have my dryer running, which is almost done. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to laundry and cleaning up. And then after that, I'm probably just gonna wind down for the rest of the evening. It is already nearly 3 p.m., which means that I have like 4 hours or so to go to bed. So on that note, I just wanted to hop on real quick and just finalize the vlog, just in case I don't get to hop back on later. Just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all so very much, and I'll catch you guys next week. As per usual, if there's any fun updates along the way or anything that happens, I'll add the clips after this, but just wanted to hop on to say goodbye real quick, just in case I don't later. Hope you guys have a great day and a great week. I love you, and remember, be gentle with yourself. Bye!